Hey ladies, any of you experiencing any kind of leg pain and you're not really sure what kind of leg exercises to do? Let me show you 5 of the best leg exercises you can do for knee pain. Hey you guys, so exercise should never cause pain or make it worse. So remember, any kind of muscle soreness after a hard workout, that's totally okay, that's normal. But if you're getting any kind of sharp shooting pain or sudden pains in your muscles or joints, that is kind of telling you to stop and maybe check with your doctor. Okay, also you want to make sure that you're warming up for a good 5 or 10 minutes before you do any of the exercises. That way you make sure that your ligaments and tendons and everything's primed and ready to go when you do your exercises. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the glute bridge. What I love about this one is it's one of the best glute activating exercises. And that's really the key, is trying to make sure things are activated before you actually work them. Okay, so you can either do this flat on the ground, you can do it slightly elevated, which I find gives a little bit more, just gives a little bit more range of motion, but you don't have to do it that way. Okay, so this is great. It's going to strengthen our glutes and our hamstrings. It also helps strengthen your core. It's a great exercise. So what you're going to do is you're just going to start on the ground. Back is flat, hands are on the ground. I'm just having my kind of the tops of my heels on the box. What I'm going to think about doing is just relaxing my neck. I'm just going to lift up and I'm just going to push my hips up towards the ceiling. So I'm just going to lift. I'm really going to try to squeeze my glutes together, but my hamstrings are totally firing too right now. So that's what's good about this. This is what, like I mentioned earlier, super great for kind of activating everything in that kind of posterior muscle group back there. And lower. Raise, really squeeze. We're just trying to kind of keep everything on an even line here, really pressing the hips up. And lower. You can do anywhere from a 5 to 10 second hold. And lower. So maybe think about doing 12 reps, 3 rounds of that. Okay, so let me kind of get this guy out of the way. Now we're going to go into that good old wall sit. Great isometric holding exercise. Super good for quads, hamstrings, the adductors, inner thighs. So what we're going to do with this is you're just going to stand next to the wall. Our feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. You're just going to bring them out slightly. And what you're going to do is you're just going to slide down and try to get as close as you can. If you're feeling too much pressure, you can bring your feet out even more. And you're just going to slide down and try to hold for anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. The goal for this would to build up to 60 seconds. A lot of times if I'm feeling too much pressure in my knees, if I slightly lift my toes, I find that puts more pressure through the backs of my heels and doesn't have so much force in my knees. So I'm just sitting back. When I'm done with that, you're just going to raise up, completely come out of it, let everything recover for a short time, maybe 15, 20 seconds, go back down, try to do 2 or 3 reps. So once again, isometric exercises, you may think, well, what's sitting there just holding? They're amazing. You can build so much strength with isometrics. I can't even tell you how critical those are to keep into your leg workout. Once again, another really gentle leg exercise. Standing hip abduction. So with this one, you can do with or without a band. A band is just going to add a little bit more resistance. This is really going to hit the abductors, the outer thighs. So when you're doing these, and what's great too, another really good thing, is it's going to hit those gluteus minimus muscles that are on the side here, which can be really hard to target. So with this, you just want to stand up straight. You don't want to lean forward. You want to just make sure that your head and chest are up. And it's all about just kicking out, not even trying to kick up super high. Just use the highest range of motion that you can. So maybe 12 to 15. You can use a band if you don't have any knee issues that would require maybe not using any kind of pressure on the sides of your knee. You can use a super light band or a little heavier band. This one has, like a pretty mild resistance, but it just makes it target my abductors a little bit more, just a little bit more, but nothing through my knees. I'm not having any kind of knee pain at all whatsoever. 12 to 15, once I'm done, I'm gonna rotate, hit the other side. I really feel that everywhere. Those are great. So a lot of times you don't have to be doing these deep lunges and heavy squats to get a good exercise. Resistance is really what you're looking for. Okay, next we're gonna go into a low box up and over. What I love about this one is it kind of limits your range of motion. So with a lot of knee problems, a lot of times the doctor may say, ooh, I don't want you going into a super deep range of motion. And I can even lower this. You can even do a much lower box than this. So with this one, you're just gonna start on the top of the box or whatever you have to stand on. The goal with this one is to step off and just do a slight bend. It doesn't even have to be a 90-degree angle. We're not looking for that. And just a little bit of a push up back onto the box. Now, when we're stepping back into this one, you can actually go back a little bit lower because you're not driving any force through the front of the knee when you step back. So when I'm back here, I can go a little bit lower because like I said, I'm not driving the force through that knee and I'm stepping up. So just slight bend on the forward, a little bit deeper on the back. If the front is bothering you, you're like, ooh, that doesn't feel right. But I'm okay with the back lunge. That's okay. You can just modify and do the back lunge. Because we're hitting quads, we're hitting our hamstrings, our glutes, everything's getting a nice little workout with this. So once you finish your 12 to 15, just hit the other side. Keeping my head and shoulders up. My abs are nice and tight and engaged. And if you wanted to, once again, do the front and go right into the back. These are great for balance too. A little bit of unilateral training is always good. Okay, reverse hyper. So with this one, this is basically a isolation for the glutes. So you're just going to take a bench. We're gonna lay on the bench. We're gonna have our hip line where the end of the bench is. I'm gonna hold on to this. My feet are going to be pointed, and I'm just going to lift and lower. I'm not hyperextending my back. I'm not trying to do any kind of crazy lift. I'm just doing enough to engage my glute and lower down. And lower down. You can really see that those glutes are really doing what they're supposed to be doing. Raise and lower. So once again, anywhere from 12 to 15 reps, 3 rounds. So with all of these exercises, we've really hit all of the areas that you would want to work. We've hit the abductors. The adductors, our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, got a little bit of core in there. And my knees feel completely fine. I'm not feeling anything from any of these exercises. If you do feel any pain, like I mentioned earlier, try to modify or maybe skip something that doesn't feel comfortable to you. Just kind of listen to your body and do what you can do. And progressively, hopefully a lot of this will get easier as whatever issue you're having is healing. If you're working with your doctor, maybe you can incorporate some of the exercises they've given you, hopefully with some of the ones I've given you today. Hey, thanks for joining me, you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. And hey, make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. They're always putting good stuff out. I always push that because they're always just putting such good stuff out every day. Thanks for joining me. We'll work out soon.